So, hello everyone. Thank you for being here today. We're going to wait 1 minute for the last ones that want to join this webinar so they don't miss anything. But yeah, thank you for being here so far. Okay, so I think we can start. As I said, thank you everyone for taking the time to be here today and to learn a bit more about this challenge that we are launching with Galp. So first, I will introduce myself and a bit of Hello Tomorrow quickly. So I am Alba. I'm part of Hello Tomorrow team. I've been here for almost 2 years and a half, and with me is Gonzalo, also a deep tech and innovation consultant as me, and also Vincent, that is in the public, that is a co-manager, co-director, and partner of Hello Tomorrow, leading the consulting activities. And just a quick overview of Hello Tomorrow. The company was launched in 2011, so a bit more than 10 years now. And yeah, we have been growing. We are around 30 people, like with very different backgrounds and expertises, and a lot of different nationalities, around 15, I would say. And the goal of Hello Tomorrow, as you may know, has always been to create a strong deep tech ecosystem and to try to help startups, giving them visibility, connections, etc. So that has always been the main goal. But some years ago, 5, I would say, we also launched the consulting team where we also try to help big corporates to in their innovation journeys, and that is what we are doing right now with Galp, help them with their needs in innovation and to try to connect them with the best startups that could fit into their needs. So right now I will present you to the speakers that we have today, that are Jorge Veludo and Manuel Andrade, part of the innovation team in Galp. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here and for taking this innovation challenge with us. So maybe you could present a bit yourself and then start with Galp and everything that you want to share with us and solve all the doubts of the startups that want to collaborate with you.
Okay, so great. So I'll start probably. George, let's do something. I'll introduce myself, then I'll start the presentation. When it's your turn, you present yourself.
Sure.
Cool,
Go ahead.
like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Alba. As Alba was saying, I'm Manuel. I'm the head of Open Innovation in Galp. So our area of open innovation intends to be the open door for collaboration with the external ecosystem, being startups, entrepreneurs, or academia and universities. And one of our main goals is to try to find new solutions, new technologies, or startups to do pilots with us, to test their solutions and see if we can accelerate energy transition, which is our main goal nowadays. Our mission is to accelerate energy transition through innovation. We are, and now I'll tell you a little bit more about what Galp is and why we do these global open innovation challenges. So we are an energy company. We are based in Portugal, but we are present in 10 countries, as you can see there. We have around 7,000 employees, 54 nationalities. We are a 10 billion market cap company. Originally, we were an oil and gas company, and now, in order to do the energy transition, we are reshaping completely our portfolio. So from originally oil and gas portfolio, so fossil fuel portfolio, to renewable energy portfolio. As you can see there, we still, I mean, the biggest part of our revenue still comes from oil, but it's our intention to change that in the future. And so we are investing a lot in renewables, in optimization, in trying to make our refineries from gray refineries into energy hubs. So we are actually investing a lot on that. To give you an idea, our oil and gas assets are mainly in Brazil and in Mozambique, and we are still looking for some oil in Namibia and St. Tomé and Príncipe, but those are our last frontiers of exploration. From now on, all the investment that we will do will be mainly in renewables. We have a lot of service stations too, mainly in Portugal and in Spain, around 1,300. We have around 700 convenience stores in those service stations. And very important, we are trying to get to a generation portfolio of 4 gigawatts by 2025, and we have the goal of reaching 12 gigawatts in 2030. Mainly nowadays our mainly market to expand in terms of renewables. When I'm saying renewables, I'm talking especially about solar PV. It's Brazil, since the land in Europe is getting scarce for that. So we will be looking to other markets in order to achieve those 12 gigawatts of energy production. And why we are doing this? Because as you can see there in the right side of this slide, our main goal is to be zero carbon neutral or zero net emissions by 2050. So it's a very ambitious goal. It's something that we really need to do. And we have an intermediate step, which is we want to get to 2030 with 40% less of emissions from our operations, 20% from our sales, and also 40% of less carbon footprint in our production activities. We are, as I was telling, getting very, very focused on solar PV, but we will be also trying to enter other areas like offshore wind or onshore wind or other energies, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about that. So our focus areas. We are also one of our aims is to be the biggest charging operator of cars in Iberian Peninsula, and probably expand it to other geographies. Also, we are nowadays the leaders on the Dow Jones Sustainability Index as the energy company that it's more sustainable. And that only happens because our oil assets are very good in terms of their carbon footprint. So the oil that we found in Brazil doesn't have a lot of carbon dioxide, and that's why in those metrics we are probably the most sustainable oil and gas company in the world, which is an oxymoron in itself because an oil and gas company is not sustainable, right? And that's why we are here. So in the next slide, I'll tell you a little bit what is innovation. And now that I present in this nutshell our company. In innovation, as I was telling you, our mission is to build a portfolio of opportunities to drive and accelerate energy transition. We are organizing in this way. So we have centers for innovation that mirror the business units of the company. And those centers, what they do is try to help the business units in the first stage of incremental innovation, and then disruptive innovation in Horizon 2 and 3 also. Okay, and I run Galp Upcoming Energies, which is a transversal area, as I was telling you, which is the open innovation area for Galp, where we do these kind of programs and where we intend to be the open door for collaboration. We understand that only through collaboration we will be able to achieve all the goals that we were talking about. We understand that only with collaboration with startups, putting them in our business. Also with research and with academia, we will be able to do this energy transition. We are 25 members in our innovation team, 9 nationalities. We are spread across 6 locations. So we have people in Rio de Janeiro, in Madrid, in Lisbon, in Bergen, in Porto, in a lot of places. And what's more important here is to tell you that we are investing 100 million euros in innovation projects nowadays. We have 61. Every year we intend to increase by 20 to 30 million euros this investment. And so it's a cumulative effort that we will increase our spending in innovation as the years go by. And to finish, the focus areas that we have and that we believe that we need to study and invest in order to do this journey that I was telling you about. So battery value chain is very important for us. So we are trying to build a battery value chain. Portugal has a lot of lithium reserves, and we want to be present in all the value chain for lithium batteries, since the mining of the lithium to the refining to building the batteries itself, and then to the recycling. We already partnered with Northvolt. Probably some of you know Northvolt. It's the most important manufacturer of Europe in terms of batteries. They do the batteries for Volvo and BMWs and other cars like that. So we have a joint venture with them. It's called Aurora, and we're going to build a big lithium refinery here in Portugal. And we hope that with that, Europe starts to get less dependent from the lithium coming from places outside Europe. Another area very important is biofuels. Biofuels is a very good solution for to try to, in every technology that cannot be electrified, that can still run in internal combustion engines. Biofuels can be a solution, and we are looking obviously to that. Carbon capture, it will be essential to achieve those neutrality goals that we have. Mobility, especially electric mobility, the massification of electric chargers and all that has related with soft and heavy mobility. So we are looking at that. Also, energy and cost optimization. As more and more renewables get into the grid, we need more and more a layer of software where we can start trading energy, because in the past, energy was produced in big centrals and it was put on the grid, and we would get to the factories or to the houses of people, and they would consume it, and that's it. Nowadays, with renewables, all of us can start producing energy in our roof or in our car and put it back in the grid. So there will be necessary layer of software and of optimization in order to trade all that energy that's going to start to be produced and spent everywhere, almost in every second. Renewable energy, as I was telling you, obviously it's very important, and here we are looking not just for solar PV or wind, but some other forms of energy that may come in the future. And finally, green hydrogen and sustainable aviation fuels. We have already a pilot with a catalyst for hydrogen to produce green hydrogen. We intend to build 6 of 100 megawatts each by the end of the decade, and that's just for our own needs. But we will build more in order to produce green hydrogen. And also, we are looking in sustainable fuels, especially sustainable aviation fuels. So, since we believe that we are still far away from electric or fuel cell planes, so we need to find the right fuel to put in the airplanes that we have right now. And well, basically, this is it about what we are in innovation. And now about the challenge that we have for you. If you can go to the next slide. Yeah. So just I'll tell you a little bit. So for you to know, and then I'll pass to George. We have five verticals. Okay. Those five verticals. Today we will be talking about managing data, and George will tell you a little bit more about that. But as it's important very important for us also scaling energy storage and all the environmental processes along that. It's very important that we start finding ways to store the energy that is produced to renewable sources. So one day uh, we can stop relying on big electric centrals that run on natural gas or coal. Decarbonizing and optimizing the industry. Here is also very important for us. One thing which is the main industrial processes that we have now in our planet produce a lot of carbon dioxide. So to build steel, to make steel or glass or concrete, we use a lot of we produce a lot of CO2, and those three things that are the three main components of cities. And since the world is urbanizing, we will need to find ways to decarbonize that part of the industry. So we have this vertical also. Bringing energy to everyone, it's also one that we already did that on a session. It's something very dear for us. So in terms of social innovation, we are very keen on trying to make that energy transition is ethical, it's inclusive, it's fair. So we always try to find startups that have solutions that can bring energy to remote places or can help the fighting energy poverty, and so we always put that vertical on our programs. Actually, just as a curiosity, the winner of last year was in this vertical. So we had an edition, a global innovation program last year too, and the winner was on this vertical. And finally, before I pass to George, harnessing electric mobility. Here we are. Electric mobility, as I was telling you, is key. So we will be looking to solutions to maximize electric mobility and all the infrastructure that is needed to. And here we partner with the BMW and Mini. They want to be with us on that and see if we can find solutions that can be used by both corporations. And I think this is it for my side. So George, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Manuel. So first of all, I will introduce myself. So my name is George Wood. I'm part of the Renewables and Energy Management Innovation Center. And first, just a quick overview on our team and what we do. So we have three main pillars that we are looking at. So the first one would be the renewable energies optimization, which include topics like agri-PV, LCOE reduction, biodiversity, and social acceptance. This naturally evolves, it evolves from Horizon 1 until Horizon 3, the innovation horizons, I mean. So the second pillar is the storage and flexibility, which includes topics like long duration energy storage and future and storage technologies, which is one of the, if you can put the slide, sorry. It's okay, thank you. So which is one of the topics on the scaling energy storage and environmental process that you will hear on another time. Also inside the storage and flexibility, we have topics such as power trading, software, energy management system that I will be talking about it today. And the third pillar, it's the future energy trends, which include PV and wind recycling processes, reindustrialization, mainly on PV industry in Europe. And with these three topics, I mean, managing that, of course, touches a little bit of everyone, of every topic, but I would say that I don't need to explain how data is today. Data is relevant for organizations. I mean, specifically in this vertical, the managing data that we are looking here today is we are mostly our goal is to look for solutions that allow us to maximize our renewables portfolio reliability, and the end goal at the end of the day to increase the penetration of the renewables in the energy mix. So one of the topics here today is energy management and the battery management system. uh, so energy storage opens up opportunities to participate in different markets, from the wholesale market to grid services, um, and we are looking for optimization softwares that are crucial to achieve the best market participation and value creation for our assets. Um, this relates to a challenge that continuously uh, changing the input variables from market related ones to energy availability, weather forecasts, and state of production of the plants. The second topic, the virtual power plant. So, as you all should know, it's aggregation, and aggregation here is the key word of the power generation units that can be wind farms, solar parks, and aggregate as well and correlate with flexible power consumers and energy storage systems. The goal of the optimization of the value of the energy resources portfolio through a joint market participation. And last but not least, the third topic is the power market participation. And once again, the goal is to look for algorithms that can increase the assets profitability in the markets. So, as you can see, all these topics are very, very related. And we are sure that we will find solutions in this program that will help us to improve the renewable energy penetration on the energy mix and increase the performance and reliability of our assets. So I will now move past to the next speaker, which is Alba. Or
Yes. No. Yeah. I'll just jump here a quick. So a quick note on that which is what startups can expect of us when we do this program, and it's actually one of the questions that is already in the chat. So when we do these programs, our aim is very clear. We are trying to find startups that have solutions or technologies that we can test. So our main goal here is to do pilots, to use our infrastructure to test new things on all the topics that we were talking about. And so what we promise you is that if we like the solution and if it has a fit with our strategy and our operations, we will do a pilot with you, a full funded pilot, meaning that we will take care of all the expenses related to that pilot. Also, something that we will also give you is you can travel to Lisbon to showcase your solution in Web Summit in November of this year, and you will be able to pitch your solution in Web Summit. But the main goal for us is to try to find startups that have an MVP that can be tested with us and see where we can go from there. And for us, there's all possibilities are open. So since we can take you to our CVC, you can become our suppliers, or we can do partnerships, or we can help you accelerate. So everything is on the table, and that's what you can expect from this program. Okay.
So,
Well, we are not listening, I guess.
Yeah. Go.
okay.
Yeah,
Is it
right,
on?
Alba?
Perfect.
Or it's just
Manuel.
me?
Thank you,
No, it was
Manuel.
my fault. I was muted.
No, but thank you, Manuel, for
Okay.
that out. No, I think it's good, right? Yeah,
Yes.
perfect. So here, just quickly going about what's next for this particular program. Now, as you can see from left to right, we have here the timeline, and we have from left. You can see that on May 2nd, the applications have been opened, and we launched the program. So for now, we are at the stage of where you can see the 5 Ask Me Anything sessions, where we have one Ask Me Anything session per topic for each one of the verticals that Manuel talked about briefly a bit ago. So here presently we are in the data management, managing data Ask Me Anything session, and after you will have until September 10th until the applications close. So you have until then to submit your applications. You can do so in the sites of the program, which will be shared with you also shortly. But please feel free to submit your applications. And afterwards, from September 11th to October 12th, we will review the applications and also do alignment calls between Hello Tomorrow and Galp with the startups that we feel are interesting for what we are searching for. And then on October 13th, it would be announced the top 5 startups. So the 5 startups, one for each vertical, will be announced on the October 13th. And from then on, it will start the collaboration with Galp. So this is a quick overview of how it would go, the program, what's happened in the past, and what's going to happen in the future as well. So this you're all caught up with everything that's going on. And now we would like to also open the floor for questions, as we have received already a few, and we got to answer them already. But I see also here some question in particular. Would be the criteria that most that would we would select along with Galp the startups to collaborate with. So maybe on this one, I can take it from Hello Tomorrow's side, and we can say that applications will be judged based on technological innovation, based on the team that's behind the closed doors as well, working on it, based on the market fit and the potential, not only to collaborate with Galp, meaning the parity of the visions and the objectives, but also the possibility of scaling the solution as well. So that's a little bit the criteria, or that's exactly the criteria we're gonna follow on this selection. And also in the meantime, where we receive some more questions, I would like to go about some of the questions that we have received so far from startups, and go a little with take the time of Manuel and George to be here to go a bit on the questions that we have received so far, and also some of the questions that we have from the previous Ask Me Anything session. So
Um,
if we
Gonzalo, maybe we could also cover the ones that are in the chat right now.
there's more in the chat.
Mhm.
Yes,
That's
there.
perfect.
Yeah, there's another one in the chat.
Let's go
Yeah.
for it. Let's go for it. Does yeah, we have here from Zoe. Does Galp have or add any collaboration with startups working on data management? So please, Manuel, George, the floor is yours.
Yes, we do some. Actually, the ones that are working in data management right now are not working with innovation, but are already working with our data office. Okay, so yes, the answer is we have some startups that are working on managing data. There was another question, I think it was in the chat. Yes, if we are used to work with startups, right? Do you have examples? John is asking that. Yes. So we work with a lot of startups. We are very happy that last year, actually, the edition that we did, there were 4 verticals. This year there are 5. Last year were 4. In the winners of the four verticals are already doing pilots with us. The one that won was on social innovation, as I was telling you. It's a Nigerian startup that has a solution for cooling. It's solar refrigerators. And we are actually doing a pilot with them in Mozambique. So we are bringing those solar refrigerators to villages in the north of Mozambique where they are off the grid, and we are doing pilots in order to try to understand if that refrigeration can be turned into social businesses. So in villages where there are, for instance, fishing villages, where using that refrigerator they can keep the fish longer, and they probably can start the business. That's the example I like more because it was from last year. But we work with a lot of startups. Let me give you another example. For instance, one that relates to Hello Tomorrow because they were helping us with that last year. Last year, we launched also a challenge specifically for carbon capture, partnering with Repsol, the Spanish company. And we were looking for startups that had solutions for carbon capture and utilization and storage. And we found quite very interesting startups. And we are starting a pilot with at least two of them, or it's at least is our intention. They are in the final stages of preparing that pilot. And with more simple things, we do a lot of work with startups. We have a startup of battery swapping here in Lisbon. It's a German startup that has a way of charging scooters batteries. And we are doing a pilot with them in our service stations where the scooters from Bolt and Uber and Line can exchange, for instance, their batteries on there. We are doing a pilot, for instance, in Spain with Second Life batteries, which is we are using car batteries that cannot be in the car anymore because they are below 80% of their usage, and we are using them to make fast chargers in terms of so to give the power to make a fast charger without need of more power from the electrical grid. Well, there's a lot. I could keep going on, but I think it would be boring. So yes, the answer is we work a lot with startups.
Let me just complement your answer here, Manuel. So on the renewable side, we are doing a lot of pilots. Specifically, some of them related to data analytics applied to our renewable plants. Two of them that I can remember right now are related to improve the performance of the plants. Another one is related to predictive maintenance. Also, one other kind of collaboration that we are doing, also with some startups involved, is a H2020 funded project. There are a lot of startups in the consortium. We also collaborate with them. And when I say we, it's directly the business unit. So you have access to the data from our portfolio. You have access to the assets, directly to the assets. So I think this is a full collaboration that can translate later, as Manuel said, on CVC discussion, or either getting to be a Galp supplier in the future.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for your answers. It was very clear. We have received one more question in the meantime. So they're saying here, what could be the possible outcomes after the collaboration period ends? So what could, I guess, startups expect after the pilot is done? So if you want to take it away, Manuel.
Well, it was exactly what George was saying. So I would say that the sky is the limit. So they can become our suppliers. We can help them to scale, or we can invest on them. It depends. It's we don't have any limitation, and we don't have any rule either. So we go.
Oh,
I guess we had a problem with Manuel's connection. So, but as he was saying, George.
Yeah, I can complete
exactly,
it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure you will connect in a second. So we were saying that, I mean, the sky is the limit is the correct expression. I just answered before I saw the question, but I mean, become a Galp supplier, engage in discussions with our CVC, participate in our open innovation events. I mean, Manuel, you were saying.
Oh yeah, no, I was saying that I don't know. Probably I got cut off. I don't know. I didn't realize it. So, but I was saying that. So we don't have any rule, and we look at every startup by itself and the result of the pilot. We have startups that now are our suppliers. We have some where we bought equity. We have some that we are helping scale. We have some that we are trying to uh, make them bigger so we can have together royalties from the what they are selling. There's a lot of possibilities. Okay.
Mhm. Perfect. Thank you so much, George and Manuel, for the very clear and complete explanations. So I also, in the meantime, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Alba, that here we have got to every one of the questions that we have received so far. I would like to take a little bit of the time we still have left to go some of the through some of the main topics that we get from startups and we have received in the past. So one of them is regarding IP and how what could startups expect in terms of their IP being protected in a potential collaboration with you. So Manuel, if you or George
Mhm.
to take the mic, please.
Yes, we typically, I mean, our way of working is the IP is for the startup. So if the startup has, they do their work, the IP is for them. Uh, when you grow, when you have, and we invest in the startup, and then I mean, there will probably have an agreement on royalties or something, but it's only if we invest in it or if we help accelerate it. But we never keep intellectual property from any startup.
Hmm. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Manuel. Also, in the meantime, one of the other topics that we received many times is regarding if you're a startup, and we mentioned this before, Manuel, that if we startups at the MVP stage would be something that we are looking for in this particular program. Uh, is there a limit in terms of maturity where a startup would be too mature to work with the Galp on this particular program?
No. The opposite is true, meaning that we are looking for higher TRLs. So we are looking for solutions that we can test.
Hmm.
We are not looking for startups that have a good idea and they have, but they are too green. What we want to do is accelerate and bring to our business units new solutions. So I would say we are looking for MVPs and really high TRLs. Okay.
Okay, that's very clear as well. Thank you, Manuel. For in the meantime, I don't think we. I think we have reached every question that we have received for today. I would like to also quickly go just over some of the Ask Me Anything sessions that are coming up. So today was managing data, but we have three more coming up. So decarbonizing and optimizing the industry, scaling energy storage and environmental processes, harnessing electric mobility, all at 5:30 p.m. Central European Standard Summertime. And you can see there the QR code. So if you're interested in attending any of these Ask Me Anything sessions to come, please feel free to scan those and register already. I would like to uh, Alba and Vincent, the team Valette tomorrow, and especially the team at Galp, George and Manuel for being and Claudio for being here present and taking our time to answer these questions of the startups and to present this program. We also would want to leave you the floor one last time. If you have any additional comments, anything you would like to say before we close, please feel free to. Maybe we can start with Manuel. Any final
Sorry.
comments? Any final comments
Yes,
that you would like to?
welcome. Well, just thank you. If you have any question more, reach out to Hello Tomorrow to us. We'll be more than happy to answer it. And I think this is it. We are very excited to do this program, and we hope to find great ideas and great solutions. And I hope to see you in Lisbon in November if you are one of the lucky winners.
George, if you'd like to add anything.
Yeah, just I mean, just looking forward to to get to review this all the applications, and I'm sure we'll keep the success that this program has been having. So looking forward for it.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you so much,
Perfect.
and thank you to you as well,
Yeah,
Gonzalo.
thank you.
And yeah, don't hesitate to reach out to Hello Tomorrow team. You have all our emails, and we share the links through to the official website of the challenge, and also to our Hello Tomorrow LinkedIn account, since we are sharing all the time the updates of the challenge, the different Ask Me Anything sessions, and the timeline, etc. So yeah, to keep you posted, follow us, and I hope to see you soon. And yeah, don't forget to apply.
Thank you so much to
Bye.
everyone.
Have a
Okay,
great
thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye
Rest of
bye.
a great day.
Bye bye. Thank you.